on THG. I know that THG has not been doing a weekly thing as of right now. Totally understand, and I know a lot of you are expecting great things of THG in the future, and so am I. When I created the show back in 2019, I had a lot of future in the show. I've had a lot of expectations. I've had a lot of goals where I wanted the show to actually get to. And within the first year of 2019, it became the actually most viewed show in the world. It started beating WWE's numbers, and to the point where WWE has shut down. Hey, how's it going, Max? So now with WWE shutting down, and all these talents are going into AEW, into THG, Impact Wrestling, I've signed quite a few talents in the past few weeks. Quite a few, some huge talents. Next one being Saray. Saray was actually going to be going to NXT, but she actually made a left turn and she decided to join THG. So she is actually my next signing. I'll be posting the confirmation on the community, so you guys can check that out. So I want to thank Saray and welcome her into THG. Had a lot of signings. Now, with the lack of THG being a weekly show as of right now, I know it's been really hard with the coronavirus. Haven't been able to have, live crowds. Haven't been able to sell tickets really because no one, can go out of the house. Everyone being quarantined last year, all that stuff. So it kind of made it hard to continue on doing THG, which is why I kind of closed THG for a while last year. And even to this day, it's still a little hard to work with THG to make it a weekly show. But now with everything trying and starting to get back together, stores are all open up again. They're starting to lift the mask mandate. They're starting to open things up and have at least a 50% capacity, to different places and stuff. I'm currently trying to work my way back into bringing THG back as a weekly show. Now, it's also been kind of hard, broadcasting THG live as well, because I always like to go live at THG. And it's been kind of hard to broadcast THG as well, which has also been the reason of the lack of the weekly show for THG. Now, I have signed quite a few talents. Like I said, Saray is being into THG now. Alexa Kaufman is being part of THG now. Mercedes Marcel, aka Sasha Banks, being part of THG now. We've got a lot of talents coming in to THG, a lot of talents, and it really definitely is going to be an absolutely phenomenon. This show is once it comes back, once THG fully comes back to its full potential, it's going to be absolutely incredible. And I'm sorry I left out Becky Lynch, but yeah, even Becky Lynch is part of the show again. She's going to be part of THG and join as well. Definitely going to be one explosive show. Definitely have a bigger women's division, which is nice. We're going to be having women's tag teams division. We're going to have a THG women's tag team championships as well. A women's world heavyweight championship. Well, not a world heavyweight championship, but a women's main championship as well. And I'm going to be creating that new WOW show, Women's of Wrestling, for THG, which is just going to showcase, it's just going to be a show showcasing the women talent. So there's going to be a bunch of different women's titles, women ladder matches, women's Hell in a Cell matches. There's going to be different types of pay-per-views for just the women as well. So it's going to be definitely a bigger show. And now knowing that THG is having a bigger stacked roster, I will also be creating a new show called EHG, which is Extreme Hunting Ground. So it's going to be pretty much the extreme version of THG, which if THG isn't already extreme enough, I'm going to be having an even more extreme version of THG called EHG. And EHG is actually going to be ran by Tommy Dreamer, who's making his return into the company. Obviously, he has no future or thought of wrestling, really, but you never know. Someone could end up getting under his skin so badly to where he returns to the wrestling ring, who knows. But as of right now, he does not have any thoughts or future into wrestling for the company, but he is going to be the GM of EHG. He's going to be pretty much running the show. Just knowing of how much I already have to run, it's going to be kind of hard to run all these different types of shows and pay-per-views and stuff. The Tommy Dreamer is going to help me out with that. Also, Haas is going to be out of action again. My wife, she'll be out for another year and a half. I will also be taking a lot of time off as well this year and half of next year too. Well, most of next year, I should say. Mainly because I do want to be with Haas during this time as well, knowing that she is pregnant and we are going to be having a second child. So because of that, I'll be taking a lot of time off as well. So Tommy Dreamer is going to kind of help me with the show, help me kind of keep control of it, manage the show, as well as THG. Now, the other thing I got is a message on social media. And the message that I got was actually from Adam Payne. It's been a while since me and Adam Payne has gone at it. Adam Payne has seen the side of me that not many people really have seen. Adam Payne has woken up my demons in the past. And Adam Payne wants a contract for THG. He came out with this big giant paragraph explaining and apologizing for his, for his actions in the past. It said that he is a different man now and he wants an opportunity to compete for THG. Adam Payne, I've been doing a lot of thinking about that, and I will accept. I will invite you to join THG. I will give you a contract. I will give you a contract, but because of what you have done in the past, and turning it back on me as I took you in, I made you who you are. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be where you are right now. So Adam Payne, because of what you did in return, I will sign you to THG on a trial run. And I promise you, there will be no funny business. Because if there is any funny business that goes on after I sign you, Adam Payne, I promise you, your last name is what you're going to be going through. And I'm done with you. Because I've already done so much pain to you. I've caused you so much pain in the past. And I'm not afraid to do it again. Because I know I haven't been wrestling as much lately. I understand that. Totally understand that. I should be wrestling more. I should be doing more on that terms, knowing that I am the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. But I have been doing a lot of working out. I've been getting a lot stronger. I've still been practicing to make sure I'm not out of shape. And I'm in a lot better condition than I was. A lot better condition. So, Adam Payne, I will sign you THG. I will give you a trial run. 30-day trial run. See how it works out. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, well, too bad. THG is supposed to be an extreme wrestling sport. It's supposed to bring back the feeling of the Attitude Era. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to bring back the feel of what ECW used to be, what WWE used to be, what it used to stand for. But now, because of Vince McMahon running the show the way he was, saying that, oh, Hunter, you're never going to be as great as WWE because I run this show. And as a McMahon, I'll make sure that this show stays on top and nothing is going to bring it down. Well, I'm sorry, Vince, but look what happened. Your show went down. My show went up. Everyone's leaving. Your show is getting shut down. NXT is going to become its own show. NXT UK is going to become its own show. There's nothing you can really do now, Vince. Nothing you can do now. THG is going to be huge. Like I said, I know that it's been kind of lacking lately. I understand that. I know that THG has not been what it used to be back in 2019. 2019 was a huge year for THG. It was a huge year. Introducing brand new championship titles, introducing brand new champions, introducing new shows, introducing new pay-per-views, new superstars week after week, new matches for THG. It was a huge, huge, huge year for THG. I promise, next year, 2022, THG is going to go back to that big full potential. It's going to go back to what it used to be. But it's not going to be in the same spot it used to be. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be bigger. As for AEW, me being the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, it has been extremely hard to be an AEW World Champion while also managing shows. And I know that being a World Heavyweight Champion, you gotta set an example. You gotta be there to fight. You gotta be there to defend your title whenever it needs to be defended, whenever someone challenges you. At the pay-per-views, it has to be defended. And AEW deserves to have a great defending AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And obviously, me being a 17-time World Heavyweight Champion, or a 17-time Universal Champion, sorry, I know how to be a champion. I do. I definitely do. But I was also during a time when I didn't have THG yet. I didn't manage a show. I was just a full-time wrestler. Now managing a show, it's hard to be or to keep up with a World Heavyweight Championship. So with that in mind, with that being said, I do want to let AEW know that I will be vacating and relinquishing the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, because you guys deserve to have a champion who is a full-time wrestler and who will be able to defend it without having to worry about any type of other business. And also knowing that I'm going to be out a lot as well due to Harley's pregnancy, it's going to be hard to be able to defend the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So I am relinquishing the title. I have had 4 defenses as the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. All of them were successful, so at least I was able to defend it every now and then. But I don't want to be the next typical Brock Lesnar. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you all for still having that support, using that support, supporting THG. I know it's been a rough, year. I know it's been a rough year last year as well. I know THG has really been lacking lately, but I promise I'm going to get back into that. THG is going to go back into your weekly show. It's going to go back to your phenomenon, great storylines. It's going to go back to great pay-per-views, champions, the Slammy Awards. It's going to go back to the whole entire thing that it needs to be. As far as NXT, I'm still thinking about what I'm going to be doing for NXT. NXT is still going to be a thing. Obviously, it's not going to be associated with WWE anymore, just because WWE is shutting down. But NXT is going to be its own show. It's going to be huge as well. But I'm going to have to leave that up to Samoa Joe, who is the new NXT general manager, knowing that William Regal ended up resigning because he couldn't handle it anymore. He just couldn't handle all that craziness anymore. So he gave the position to Samoa Joe. So I'll have to leave that up to Samoa Joe, what he's going to be doing about NXT. Because even though NXT is not part of WWE anymore, NXT is also not part of THG. So that will be left up to Samoa Joe, but I promise NXT will go back to a big, huge show as well. Probably get even bigger knowing that it's not part of WWE. Triple H is also remaining as the CEO of NXT. He's not giving that position up. So he's going to continue being that for NXT as well. So he will still be associated with the show. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say though, guys. Like I said, just be patient. I promise you that I will get THG back to where it needs to be. Don't give up on the shows. Don't think I'm never going to post the shows again, because that's not true. I am going to be getting back into that again once the internet connection is stronger, and I'm able to do weekly shows and find my time, find a legit schedule that works. I promise I will get back to the weekly shows. But thank you guys. I will see you all in the next one, and I will keep you guys updated on the future. But congratulations again to Saray for being the newest THG signing.